Title: She left me for money, but I turned it into my greatest victory. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Lessons from Life. I hope you're all doing well and feeling amazing today. Now, before we dive into today's video, I want to challenge you to stay with me through this whole story. Trust me, it's one you don't want to miss. Not only is it packed with life-changing lessons, but by the end, you'll see how a heartbreaking situation can lead to personal transformation if you choose to look at it the right way. So grab a seat, maybe a cup of coffee, and let's get into it. This story is about a man who had everything: the family, the job, the life. But one day he came home to find his world turned upside down. What happens next? He took a painful betrayal and turned it into a major comeback. Let's jump right into it. Imagine being 36 years old, married for 16 years, with a 3-year-old daughter. You've worked your tail off in your business, and you're doing everything you can to provide for your family. It's been a long week, and you're looking forward to seeing your wife and daughter, maybe kicking back with a beer, or just relaxing after a long, tiring week of work. But as soon as you walk through the door, your wife asks you to sit down. Her voice is calm but firm. You know something's off, but you have no idea just how badly your world is about to be rocked. She tells you, "I've been having an affair with one of my clients." She's a hairstylist and she's been seeing this man for a while now. He's able to give her everything she feels she's been missing: a lifestyle, material things, luxury. Things that she feels you can't provide. She says, "I love you, but he can offer me the lifestyle I deserve, and you don't understand how important material things are to me." Can you imagine the gut punch of hearing those words? You've spent all these years building a life together, working hard, making sacrifices, only to find out that none of it mattered. The house you built, the family you tried to raise with the right values, wasn't enough because it didn't come with the shiny cars, designer bags, and all the things she thought would bring her happiness. But this man, in that moment, was blindsided. He wasn't angry, at least not yet. He was confused, shocked. He never saw it coming. How could the person he loved, the person he worked so hard for, just throw it all away for superficial desires? Now, let's talk about the aftermath. That first month after hearing those words must have been unbearable. He didn't know how to process this new reality. It's the kind of situation that makes you question everything about yourself, your worth, and your future. His wife didn't just ask for a divorce, she was already planning her future with the man she was having the affair with. A week after the separation, this new guy moved in with her. Just like that, his family was gone. His 3-year-old daughter, whom he adored, was now being raised by someone else. And for a while, it seemed like the dark cloud would never lift. The stress of the betrayal started to physically affect him. He even began experiencing what he thought were strokes, losing the ability to speak at times. Imagine the physical toll stress like that can take on your body. We all know how devastating it is to face betrayal, especially when it comes from someone you thought would always be by your side. But here's the thing: pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. It's in our hands how we choose to respond to the pain we're dealt. And then, something amazing happened: his 3-year-old daughter. At just 3 years old, she knew her father was hurting. She showed him empathy in a way that most adults couldn't. Her presence was a beacon of light for him in those darkest moments. That's the first lesson right there. Sometimes, when everything seems lost, the universe sends you exactly what you need. For him, it was the love and bond he shared with his daughter. She saved him. And maybe for you, it's your own children, a passion, a goal, something or someone that will pull you out of the darkness. You just need to look for it. Here's where it gets interesting. Instead of falling apart, this man made the bold decision to level up. He didn't stay stuck in the misery of his situation. He took the pain, the hurt, and the confusion, and used it as fuel to propel himself forward. He moved out with just his clothes and started fresh. A week later, his wife married the guy she'd been cheating with. The divorce was finalized shortly after, and he didn't even attend it. He was in LA working on himself and building his career. And guess what? His career exploded. His income quadrupled in just a year or two. But more importantly, the relationship he developed with his daughter was stronger than ever. He became the best father he could be. Fast forward, and now, at 67 years old, this man has everything. He owns multiple businesses, commercial buildings, and even travels internationally. He can come and go as he pleases. He's dated, lived freely, and built a life that's beyond what he ever thought was possible. But here's the kicker, he said he's more confident, more successful, and more content than he ever was before. He truly leveled up in every sense of the word. I want to point out something here. If he had stayed in that toxic relationship, if he had let his ex-wife's choices define him, he would have never realized his true potential. Sometimes, the hardest things in life force you to rise to a level you never thought possible. And that's what happened here. He lost something important, his marriage, his family as he knew it, but in exchange, he gained so much more. He became the father, the businessman, the free man he always had the potential to be. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been in a situation where life gave you a big hit and you thought you couldn't bounce back? Maybe it was a tough breakup, a job loss, or something that really shook you to your core. But did you use that pain to fuel your success? Drop a comment below and share your story, let's inspire each other. One comment here says, 5 years after my divorce, I'm happier now than I ever was. I'm financially stable, closer to my kids, and I feel like I'm finally living life on my terms. Another one says, it's been tough, but I've learned that walking away from what wasn't working was the best thing I could have done for myself. This is exactly what I mean when I say, sometimes you have to let go of the past to embrace the future. So, what can we learn from this incredible journey? 1. Pain can be a powerful motivator. Don't let it destroy you, let it drive you to greatness. 2. Material things don't bring happiness. Real fulfillment comes from inner peace, strong relationships, and personal growth. 3. Focus on what you can control. Instead of dwelling on what you lost, focus on what you can gain. Your future is in your hands. 4. Never stop leveling up. Life doesn't stop and neither should you. Even in the toughest times, there's always room to grow and thrive. And that's a wrap for today's video, folks. If this story inspired you, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. Remember, the best revenge is not proving people wrong, it's living your best life, no matter what's happened in the past. Thanks for tuning into Lessons from Life. Until next time, keep leveling up and keep growing. Peace!